I think the issue that we're all facing is this after effects of where our focus has been with nutrition. For years and years, we've been looking at nutrition in terms of diets, in terms of counting calories, and also in terms of weight. Our sole motivation to do something about our diet and change our dietary habits is weight focused. We want to either lose weight or put on a bit of weight. And I don't think that's powerful enough. It's not working. We've got more obesity than ever before. 50% of people in the EU are overweight or obese. We've got more chronic illness than ever before. 50% of people are living with one or more chronic health conditions. So we're doing something really wrong by focusing on that. And I think that we need to be looking at nutrition differently. We need to be looking at it with more nurture and seeing nutrition for what it is and its nourishment. So it's not about calories, it's about nutrient value. What is the food giving you to support your health and performance? What is it doing to prevent you moving into a state of disease? We eat a lot of foods now that are pushing up inflammatory processes. So we eat a lot of foods which are depleting our energy reserves and creating unnecessary inflammatory processes in the body. And we know that inflammation is linked to so many different health conditions. In fact, every single health condition you can think of has got underlying inflammation. So there's foods that we can eat which will turn on inflammatory responses and foods that we can eat that turn them off. So surely we should be seeing food in terms of how is it harming us and how is it nurturing us. So the best thing to do is to avoid the processed foods, the sugary foods, because it's giving an artificial boost in energy. But what it's actually doing is it's depleting your energy stores. So you're instantly getting more energy, but over time, you will be using up a lot of vitamins and minerals in order to process that from your system. So imagine if you have a battery of energy. The more and more processed foods, junk foods, sugary foods, salted foods, and so on, you're depleting your energy bank. So you want to be focusing foods that will be increasing your energy bank. So these are foods, as I said before, these are foods which are very colourful. They're found in nature. They're real foods. So anything that is a plant food, a handful of nuts with a piece of fruit is a great snack to have. There are hundreds of different diets, and it is a minefield to know what is the right diet and what's not. But actually, nutrition is easy. Although everyone's unique and you have to tweak a diet to the individual, but essentially we need every single food group. We need to have protein to build muscles, repair our DNA, repair our cell structures, hormones, and so forth. We need to have carbohydrates in order to give us energy. It's our brain's preferred source of fuel. We need to have fats. But it's the types of foods that we're looking at. When we're thinking about carbohydrates now, we want to have an abundance of vegetables. And not many people think about carbohydrates in terms of vegetables. They're thinking about breads and chips and pizzas and pastas, and really we want to be getting as much nourishment from our food as possible. So think about anything that is real food. That's what you should be focusing on. Anything that is grown in nature, that grazes, that swims. Real food is what our body needs, because that's where the vitamins and minerals are and the real nourishment is. Just have a little think about how much of your diet comes out of a packet or a bottle, and then start thinking, well, shall I look at the labels of what's in these foods? And when you start reading the label and just seeing what's in it, is that nourishment? In fact, A lot of the time, it's not just lack of nourishment and empty calories, but a lot of the time it's draining you. It's draining you of energy. It's using up lots of vitamins and minerals in your own body in order to just detoxify and remove it from your body. So everyone needs to just go back to basics and think, is this food real? Is it giving me vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients? Or is this just processed? Am I a product, or am I a victim of marketing? I think it's really important to listen to your body. Now, this is easier for some people than others because we have this attitude that we just need to keep going and keep pushing through. But actually, your body is constantly talking to you. It's giving you little signs and whispers here and there. So if you have got some sort of symptom, some health symptom, but not big enough to go to a doctor necessarily, gut dysfunction or skin issues or just low energy, then you need to be listening to that. What is going on? Obviously, it could be sleep related or various other stressful things in your life. And perhaps actually what's really happening is that your energy levels are being depleted. So the key really is listen to your body, listen to the signs and symptoms, and then take action. Take action by nourishing yourself with really, really healthy, vibrant, colourful, natural, real food. Sometimes poorer food choices will be slipping into your diet, and it doesn't matter. But as long as the majority of the time you're getting the nourishment that you really need to function optimally.